Pops in. Sam says after after the two past flameouts, you'd think most quarterbacks we draft should sit. So obviously talking about Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold. We also started Geno Smith from his get-go and Mark Sanchez from the get-go. So really, we haven't had a quarterback sit for a very long time. Like we're talking 20 years. Chad Pennington was the last quarterback that actually sat for us. And you know what? Maybe it has something to do with this environment that you find yourself in New York. We're just thriving, or we're dying to get that star and have that solution at the quarterback position, and we just want to crown these guys the minute that they're drafted. And a lot of these guys just need a minute to sit and learn. And I'm not saying Jordan Travis is going to be the franchise quarterback moving forward, but I think at the very least you sit him for 2 years behind one of the best all-time quarterbacks in Aaron Rodgers, and you're going to feel pretty good about having him at the very least compete to start in 3 years' time, or maybe compete against a rookie or a veteran, whatever it is. And then you have 2 years to just see what could this kid potentially be. And if he winds up being a career Tyrod Taylor like backup that could be on your team for a long time, the pick was well worth it. Matt, I want to hear from you. What has to happen for you to deem Jordan Travis as a successful pick?
Oh, I think even if he's just a cheap backup quarterback for his rookie contract, I think that is a hit. It's really hard to find quarterbacks, as we know. The Jets have taken how many swings in the first 2 rounds of the draft over the last 15 years or so? It's crazy, and none of them unfortunately have been long-term hits. I would love for Jordan Travis to be the answer after Aaron Rodgers and be this team's version of what Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy or Tom Brady, insert your favorite late round quarterback here. But even if he's just a capable spot starter or backup level quarterback, and I'm talking like a legit backup quarterback, not like Luke Falk. Sorry, Luke Falk. But like someone who could you come in and be like actually semi-functional. That's a win to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me like a Jacoby Brissett, a Tyrod Taylor, like that level player. That's a successful draft pick. Green Bean, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What would a successful Jordan Travis selection, like what would it have to look like for you to deem it a success?
Well, look, I agree with you guys. I do have higher hopes for him, but they're hopes. I don't. It's not like my fandom is hinging on whether or not he's our starter. But I do think, like you guys said, if he ends up being like our long-term backup, Matt mentioned through the rookie contract, but maybe even longer. What if they love him and he's just, kind of at that level and we just want to keep him around, a la some of my old heads will remember Pat Ryan, who was our backup for seemingly forever. My whole entire childhood, it was like I just thought the Jets, always had the same backup quarterback. I didn't know what was coming and that we'd have this carousel. It was just Pat Ryan. He was there with Richard Todd. He was there with Kenny O'Brien, and when he came in, he was good. You didn't want him to start for too long, but he was good. He gave you adequate play from a backup quarterback. So if he ends up being that, that's fine. But I will say I do have I have a little bit higher hopes for him. I think he's got a pretty unique skill set, at least as far as what we've seen around here. And if taken care of the right way, I mean, who knows, man? It would be real cool for us to, in 2 years, already have the guy here, knows the system inside and out. We don't have to deal with that bullshit, overthinking in the beginning, just kind of come in and flow in the offense. Wouldn't that be neat to have that scenario happen for us one time? So I'm going to hope that that's the case for as long as it's possible to do so. But I do agree. I think if we get a nice solid, like you mentioned, Brissett and Taylor and those guys that, if they come in for a game or two, you're going to get good NFL level quarterback play. I mean, shit, going to Tim Boyle and all these guys that we've had, Bryce Petty, and these guys are not NFL quarterbacks. So, even though the starter last year, for example, was not very good. You bring in Tim Boyle, and it's actually worse. Like, that's bad. I would really love to avoid that. So if he ends up being that, I'm going to be pretty happy.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.